Hey there, it's Mini Pots once again, and I have another mail call. It was really sort of unexpected, and unexpected in the sense that I was looking for it a couple of days from now, not today. So I actually had two boxes arrive today, and I had the unusual one yesterday. So I will post a picture up in a few seconds, and I have it right here, and it's from Black Site Studios down there at the very bottom of the screen. And normally I black it out, but now this is a huge hefty box, and I've been watching their stuff. They always have something I'm interested in. This seemed to hit a lot of my interests. They did the Hamatsu, which looked interesting. Then they did the underwater one. Pardon me if you hear a little one singing sort of in the background. I will verify this, but I think that this is still up on the website for ordering. And they have a mystery white box and a lot of black paper. I have nothing against black paper. In fact, I think it's really sort of cool. So I don't know if I'm going to get any of this built, but this is some deep space structure details pack. This was a package deal, and it was one of those things that I have a couple games by different people. Patrick Todoroff and one of the Forbidden Psalm games that's coming out, Legitimate Salvage. And okay, so Scrap Jacks is the one by Patrick Todoroff. He's the author of, sorry for the glare, he's the author of Zona Alpha and When Nightmares Come. He has done a space exploration game. This has everything you can see there. 2 8x8, 6 4x4, 4 4x8, 4 4x4 sections with walls. Okay, so like buildings. 4 doors, walkways, ladders, 8 walkways, 10 ladders, salvage tokens, which I'm thinking must be these little, I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, you can sort of see them. And airlock tokens, which look like these little, which you can't see where my finger is, where the little door is. There's my. And this looks like a really fantastic set. It's colored on one side nicely. And so this is fantastic to me. The little details, computer terminals, acrylic stuff, a ramp. Not sure what that is. Broken ramp, metal press. Okay, that's what that is. I was at someplace, a forgery, and they were using a old World War II battleship anvil and press. It was sort of cool. Compressed air is what it worked with, if I remember correctly. Doesn't matter. And why I said that, well, I don't know, and I apologize. Explosive containers, 1 waste chute, 3 consoles, 2 flora. Okay. Acid pool. Grav pool. That must be this strange thing that's on the acrylic base. And this is the scenery that comes with it. It was a special all-in type of deal. And it has instructions that you download off of their website, which I can understand. That would save on production costs. a lot. They also, when you did the, it's not a Kickstarter, but the Black Site backroom order. Okay, this is who packed it. They do these cool little cards. Okay, so I just slid this, and you're seeing everything that's engraved and cut. I have two little ones running through the house, deciding to see what type of trouble they can get into. And so this must be the waste chute. This must be the waste chute, I think. I'm sure at some point. Oh, the burn pit. And what are these? Are these more plant fire stuff? Probably. And then your computer terminal. Look at the detail on that. That's a nice bit of detail. My kids, I love them, but there are certain times their actions, but that's okay. We will get through this. We've been in much worse. You can see, now this has a paper on it. I'm not going to do anything with that until I'm ready to actually do something with it. But it has the keyboard. And, oh, the flight stand for the grav well. Explosive containers, I guess. Waste. Oh, this is the big waste chute. Okay, that actually makes sense. And I'm mumbling, and I'm sorry to do that. I don't mean to be. No, it's funny. My only thing that I remember about, then we have the broken ramp, and it's actually broken into several pieces. And we have more. Ooh. Now this is ready to fall out. This is just sort of cool. Very little pushing will be necessary. And it has that brand new model smell. I'm not going to do the really thick one that has the full base. This is the like scatter terrain that for the base. You can get them as separate packages. Hence their separate packaging. And I will, if that happened, be happy to get this. So this must be all the fun stuff, more fun stuff. Now, if you pay attention to their website, they have a lot of cool, different miniatures, a lot of cool, different terrain. And, okay, I have a sprue of astronauts. And we have the book. And these they were one of the first that I know about, other than North Star and Osprey, to do injected plastic sprues. But that's glorious. And we have sort of this strange, I think, oh, that's the body. Okay, then the old 1970s, 1970s American spacesuit, where covered in this strange, probably Kevlar where they would have the American flag on the back. But we have some. This is for, I think, originally done for. Okay, so this is injected by Archon Studios for Blacksite Studio. And it has, you could almost cut it down the middle, so you would get Russian and US. And we have, I'm just going to count the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on one side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the other side. This is so cool. Okay, so how do you, it looks like the heads have little pegs in the back. Oh no, that's just their hair. Okay. So you can have two unhelmeted, helmeted heads. And this is carrying some extra wire. This is really nice detail. This is much nicer than I anticipated. I wanted to review this sprue for some time, and I hadn't ordered it yet, but this is just a glorious little set. And rulebook. This has been discussed on Rules of Carnage by Mike Hutchinson and I forget the other guy's name, but it has different teams that you could create. Or ideas, inspiration, I guess would be a good. Now the book is, the paper feels wonderful, has nice weight. So what is this? And it's a D8 system. I've got to say my only slight complaint is that there's no D8s involved, but I guess you could order those. I have a few. We do combat tests. Thanks for picking up Kosmika. Whenever I set out to create a small game like this, I usually begin with a vibe. In this case, I wanted to channel my love of retro sci-fi and NASA punk into something darker and more grim. The style of this book is heavily inspired by my early wargaming days spent poring over the artwork of masters such as John Blanche, Carl Kopinski, Adrian Smith, Paul Bonner, and Des Hanley. Those images shaped how I see tabletop games today. More than anything, I hope Kosmika pushes you to lean into the hobby side of tabletop gaming. Kit bash weird miniatures, build hostiles that look gross and sinister, scratch build some amazing terrain. If this game sends you back to that early spark of creativity that made you fall in love with miniatures in the first place, then it has done its job. Now that's a opening comments by the author. This is, I know they're a team. I have this miniature. This was part of the STLs that you got when you ordered it, and it's a beautiful miniature. It's heavy. And I have 3 of the other miniatures. So this is written by Ben Galbraith. And so this is going to have hostile types, crew sheets. So I just went through the whole book in the last 15 minutes, only to realize I had not unpaused my camera. So there will be some minor repeat, but you have the 3 level, which is mirrored in the what they show on the train that you buy. Definitions. How to come up with a random placement, unit stats, and target number. And you're on a D8, so a target number of 6. So that's a little bit high. So the more pluses you have, one is low, critical, 8 is high, generate noise, danger, and airlocks, the blight. Interested to see how this will play. The different teams, or different factions, I guess. Yeah. Shimagu Jimenez. The art is so 1980, 1990. USP, Con Am, Excava, Motor Witches, different classes, different suits, and I don't know, they must have 8 or 9 different suits, keywords, melee weapons, range weapons, different gear. Once per game, on a failsafe token, once per game, the user may re-roll any failed dice on a test to cycle an airlock and choose the better results. And the hazards, which we saw on the train, acid pool, waste chute, metal press, explosive container. I know they're there, but I'm not sure. Grav pool, burn pit, dark engine, boiler phase. Okay, so like a lot of games, this has actions, and the actions cost points to do. Your purpose is to get salvage. And I'm not sure like if there's an end goal. Conditions, enemy phase. So this is solo and co-op and versus version. More great art. Sorry about that glare. So you're going to need a deck of cards. How do you win the game? The crew keeps all salvage items. Any units that are mortally wounded must roll on the post-game injury table. Once a crew escapes, reduce the total round limit for the mission by 1. The remaining crew may continue playing until they achieve their win conditions or the adjusted round limit is reached. Okay. If a crew, okay, where do you generate? I'm sure it's in here. I watched a video on YouTube's about it, and so we have win conditions. So you'd roll a d8, a defender, attacker. Okay. Post game. So it's like you're a lot of games now, but the old, and I'm sorry to be out of the screen. I'm not trying to show every page. I know that there will be some reviewers that will show every page. Yes, I want you to be inspired and buy this to help other gamers and other authors and artists do their thing, but I don't want someone to have the total effects of the blight, have the total gain where they can. And I know there are some people that have nothing but time on their hands, and they will figure it out. I hope this is made available to everyone somehow without paying the exorbitant shipping overseas. And so you will generate a crew quarters. So this will be a lot like if you're done the Last War or Forbidden Zone, when you get to the stages of the hotel or the inn, you will have upgrades that you can add in. The same thing with the Last War. And you valuable scavenge, rare scavenge, salvage, scavenge. Events and what cards that you draw. Hostiles, Frederick Commander. Sniper, Breacher, Enforcer, Maintenance Drone. I happen to have all of those minis printed. And they are, I went to, and I think in another video I talk about this, they had done some nice work for me, and they're kind people. Manduin found them on Etsy, and he has done, it's a little bit different resin. Feels more plasticky. That I've dropped some of them. I know I should be ashamed to say that, but so you have the different, what are they call them? The Frederick. And you can see, I'm thinking that would be the boss, a gunman or a sniper, and the breacher. I may have to prime, yeah, we'll have to prime these two guys' backsides. I got two of the maintenance drones. I don't know why, but I did. For me, it was a cool mini. These are primed in the Army Painter White. Now, I've had, and I should do its own priming, can primers. Pipe Crawler. So he has an axe and scraps, pistol, scrap grub, okay. Salvage pool, ghoul. Void egg, ooh. And then we are back to the wonderful art. Now, I like a little bit more realistic. These are cool, and in a certain settings, like these mutants or something like that, these would work out for me, but I like the little bit more realistic minis. Oh, and that's it. I know they have a Discord. I'm sure if you asked there for pictures of people's teams. Hey, I'm excited for this. Been looking forward to it, and I thought it was going to ship some time ago, but I just got it. So it is great. It's well done. I love the sprue. So you have, I imagine you can probably, like if you had any of the, like I just happen to have these are Tyranid arms and stuff, but I imagine they would work if you wanted to do, and then, I forget what they're called. Yeah, you'd have to change some things a little bit. I know I also have some of the boarding party, the Navy breachers. Like you could do chainsword. I'm not, just, but you could. Yeah, it's the right scale. Yeah, definitely. 9 details comparable. And I'm sure if you go to their website and you look up lunar, you will. Oh, I had it backwards. These are cosmonauts, and these are the United States astronauts. Oh no, it has a big funky backpack on. But if you look in the rule book, you'll see that they have different spacesuits. I did not focus on that because I didn't want to give everything, but now the only, it tells on this, it tells you the bases that they should be on, 40 millimeter. Sheila suit, X-frame, orbit. Your basic suit, which is probably Hitacho Grav 9. I don't like the 32 mil bases, but that's okay. Why? Because I've gotten used to the flat bases by War Games Atlantic. And I think it would be cool to have some larger, those flat bases, like you see a lot of them in historical. So there we have it. I am sorry to ramble and waffle and all that stuff, but thank you for letting me, because I found out I missed the backside of couple of my bad guys. So that's Kosmika, and with this, again, you got the rule book, a set of astronaut miniatures, because I'm thinking that you probably didn't have any, but if you bought the 40K Kill Team Navy breachers, they would probably work fine. And I could see for some of the spacesuits, you may want to use that. Hey, listen, it's time to go. I don't know if you can hear my kids, but they've been making a lot of racket, and my wife has lost about enough of her patience. Here he is. Have a great one. Take care.